Welcome to the UpStage installation video. This will take you step by step on how to install UpStage. Firstly, please make sure you have downloaded the above packages. We will now install 7-zip. Double click on it. Click Run. Click Install. It is advisable to restart your computer after this step. We will now install VirtualBox. Double click on it. Click Run. Click Next until you reach the Install button. Click Install. For any windows that pop up, click Next on them. This will install all network adapters, which are required by UpStage. We will now show you how to install UpStage into VirtualBox. The first step is to extract the files from UpStage server. This can take a few minutes. Once completed, you now have an UpStage server folder with 3 files. Configure VirtualBoxes for port forwarding. UpStage server is the file that needs to be put into VirtualBox. There is also a guide which will take you step by step on how to do this process. Open up VirtualBox. Here we need to click on the New button. Click Next. Type in the name of the server. Select Linux. It will automatically choose Ubuntu for you. Click Next. You can adjust the memory size, but we recommend leaving it. Click Next. Select existing virtual hard drive. Click the folder icon. Click Add. Navigate to the directory. Ours is c/dmo/upstageserver. Select the file and click Open. It will now appear in this window. Click Select. You can now see the server file has been added. Click Next to continue. This shows you a summary of the server's information. Click Finish. We now need to configure VirtualBox and port forwarding. Click on Settings. There are a lot of options here. Click on Audio and ensure it is enabled. Click on Network. NAT is the option we want to use, so we can port forward. If this doesn't work, try use Host Interface, which allocates a new IP to the virtual machine. Click OK to finish. For port forwarding, we need to run the configure VirtualBox bat file. Double click on it. Enter in the server name, as you entered it in VirtualBox. Press Enter. Enter in the directory of where VirtualBox is stored. Press Enter. If your screen appears different than the one above, please make sure you entered the correct name and directory. You can now see the ports have been configured. These are for the server and flash, and the policy. Below you can see 8081 is allocated to server, 3000 is for the policy, and 7230 is for flash. Press enter to continue. This will now show you your IP address information. Please record down your IP address. This needs to be given to other users to connect to your server. For example, people would type http / followed by your IP address and ending with 8081. Press enter to continue. We will now show you how to run the UpStage server. Select UpStage server and click the Start button. You will be presented with a login screen shortly. Please enter in the username and password. By default, these are user. Welcome to the Ubuntu desktop. Double-click on Instructions to run UpStage. Double-click on Terminal. Press the Up key and press Enter. Enter in the same password you logged in with and press Enter. Close the terminal by clicking on the X. Double-click on Firefox on the desktop. Click on the UpStage Foyer button. There is a link to current stages for anyone wanting to be in the audience. Enter in the username and password. By default, this is admin. Click Login to continue. This is the workshop page. Click on Add a new player. Enter in the new username and password. This user can now act as a performer. Click OK. Click on Workshop. Click on Manage Existing Stage. Click on Test. Here is an example of some things you can change. Once you are done editing, click on the Go Directly to Stage hyperlink. Welcome to the stage view. We will now show you how to have other computers join the server. We now need the IP address of the computer. We should have recorded this earlier when we activated port forwarding. To get it again on the host computer, open the terminal or command prompt. On Windows, type ipconfig. On Mac, type ifconfig. Record down the IP address. On a separate computer or the host machine, open up a browser. We are using Windows and Internet Explorer. Type in the IP address of the computer, followed by 8081. Press enter. You can now log in using the username and password made earlier. Click View Stages. Click Test. You have now joined the same stage. You can see we are communicating between the client and server. Congratulations on setting up your UpStage server.